You are now tuned in
to Respect the DJs podcast.
Welcome to Respect the DJ podcast. I'm your host, DJ Junebug, alongside DJ Khaled.
Let's go.
Woo. Today's guest, you might see him on tour with John Lennon, Lauryn Hills, J Live. He's been rocking the dance floor and the turntables around the world. Nice. Not just locally in the Bronx or New York, around the world. Listen to people.
Got stamps.
Stamps. Got a lot of stamps.
Facts.
Let's give it up for the one and only. They call him the blessing, the heavy hitter, DJ DP1.
Make them clap to this.
Thank you, DJs.
Appreciate it.
They had the claps and everything.
Yeah, gotta get the claps.
A warm welcoming.
No, it's an honor to be here, man. Thank you. Actually, foremost to my man Eddie B. Swift for making the connection.
Thank you, Eddie.
Because if it wasn't for him, you guys wouldn't even know about me. I wouldn't even be here. So
Nah, we heard the name.
Yeah.
Okay.
We heard about you. All
right.
Stuff like that. We're DJs too, so we know.
Right.
We know who the DJs are.
Okay, payola goes a long way. I see.
Exactly. We know who put the DJ in front of their names.
Who deserves it? Who deserves
Exactly.
it?
Exactly.
I appreciate that, man. Salute, man.
Yeah. So definitely, we appreciate you. You know, for being here, taking time out to hang out with us.
Thank you, man.
And talk some DJ shit. But
yes, let's do it.
Let's kick it off. So, how'd you get your DJ name?
So my real name is Daniel, and my last name is Pinheiro.
Okay.
And you know, Daniel's so common.
Right.
And such a boring name. Whatever, biblical, all that, whatever. But you know, when I was coming up and just, you know, trying to learn how to DJ, whatever, you know, it was confusing to be like, yo, Daniel or Danny or D. So people were hitting me with my initials, DP.
Okay.
And then I don't know, I came up in a time where it was like, you know, Ski One.
Yep.
That time.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, it just became, at first it was DP-1.
Okay.
But then I would have idiots calling me up like, can I speak to DPI? And I'm like, what? I'm like, oh my God. So I was like, and then I just, you know, I love graph. I suck at writing graph, but like I'm a graph head, like fan, huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, big ups to Tats Crew, my man Ewok, my man Doves, you know, the list goes on and on. But I just love the way it looked, DPONE.
Okay.
And I still practice my hand style every single day. Every single day on like envelopes.
Can you connect them all in one line?
No. I put DP and then ONE underneath, and then I put like a little halo over the end.
He got the whole thing going.
Yes, I got like a whole little, you know what I mean?
You got to do that hand style.
Yeah. So that's how that whole thing came about or whatever. So I just like the way it looked. You know, some people could pull off the -1.
Yeah.
But I don't like the way it looks.
Yeah, it didn't flow.
It didn't flow for me. It was like DP-1. It just looked like a math problem.
And you say you got a bunch of idiots out there like
yo, legit. Some people go, yo, can I speak to DPI? I'm like, what?
Right.
DPI. I'm like, yo, let's stop that. It's
Can I speak to DP-1?
Yeah, right. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was your first DJ name, and it just stuck, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. You know, at the time, I didn't know I was gonna be doing this full time, and I was gonna be, you know, feeding not only myself but now my family,
right,
with the money that I make from my career,
right.
And at the time, also a lot of people didn't, you know, they were like, oh, you know, you can't be a full-time DJ. It's not, you know, it's not reliable, and all these things, you know. And I used to also self-sabotage.
I think we all do it.
You know, back then, it's like, who's going to hire me to go overseas?
Right.
Who's going to hire me to go on tour? Like that type of thinking. The minute that I changed my train of thought, my thought process, all the blessings started coming in.
Dope.
You know, and as far as the blessing, I got, you know, I attached that AKA because when I would rock, you know, usually people would be like, well, it really started from me saying peace and blessings. You know what I'm saying? Like when I greet people, or when I'm like, yo, peace and blessings. And then people would like kind of like heckle me like, oh, Mr. Peace and Blessings or whatever. It's like, all right. But then it really stuck when people were like, yo, you blessed me tonight, bro. Like I was going through some shit. I needed to come out and hear what you played. Like you blessed me, you touched me, and I'm like, I'm gonna go with that.
Right.
You know, so it's not really like a religious thing because I'm not a religious dude. I'm more of a spiritual dude, whatever.
Yep.
But a lot of people like they think that that's what it's about,
Right.
right? So when I was trying to do like radio shows or whatever, and I call it the blessing or whatever, they'll be like they thought they were gonna hear me talking about
God,
the Bible.
right.
Nothing against it,
No,
but
no, right.
that's not the angle I'm coming
Right.
with that. You know what I mean? So
Dope.
Yeah,
Appreciate
yeah.
that. I'm sure not many people ask you that question. People don't, as far as DJs, we're interested in answers and questions like that because we all have a journey.
yeah, I
when
appreciate
we
that.
come
man.
up with a name, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, it's hard to come up with a name.
no, it
yo.
is one that's gonna stick.
Yeah, it's hard, and it,
DJ Danny was gonna work.
Nah. I mean, if I was gonna use my name, like
Your name to your block only.
there are some people that have like their biological name. You know what I'm saying? Like their birth name is fire.
Right,
Then you
right.
don't need to change a
Right,
thing.
Right.
You know, but it wasn't like Daniel Pinheiro. That wasn't gonna
Right,
work.
right, right.
DJ Daniel Pinheiro. Like okay.
Right. You saw the ice thing. What's it called again? The frozen ice.
Yeah.
The piraguas.
Yeah,
The
well,
Piragua,
Piraguas.
yeah. Nah.
yeah,
That wasn't gonna work or whatever. But yeah.
So how did it all start for you? What age? And how'd you get interested in DJing?
So I'm really bad with years, okay? But I'm gonna try my best to stick to some type of timeline,
It could be close.
okay? From what I remember, it was like 12, 13,
Okay.
and I was listening to Red Alert
Yep.
on 98.7 Kiss FM.
Uncle Red.
Yeah, Uncle Red, and he was just playing that shit, and I just was trying to figure out what he was doing, how he was doing it, and what he needed, what he was using to actually execute whatever he was doing.
Okay.
Right? Then I had a homegirl of mine that was telling me that her friend's older brother had DJ equipment. So big up to my homegirl Sabrina. The Morales family, they would have like these these gatherings in their crib. They were like, they were very
Latin family.
party centric. Yeah.
So we always party every weekend.
Yeah,
Every
Yeah, so
Friday.
like we was always going to their crib,
An excuse.
staying
We don't need an excuse. To
Yeah. Right. So then she was like, so I want to introduce you. So I was like, all right, cool. So she introduced me to the Alava family and introduced me to their older brother, Victor. Big up to Leo and Dean. And then further, because I'm on Ocean Avenue in Brooklyn, they live further down Ocean Ave, and they let me come over to the crib, and that was the first time I actually seen equipment. So they had
the whole setup.
the whole setup. They had the Gemini. They didn't even have direct drive. They had belt driven. So them shits was like, yeah, like the sludgy. So right, so yeah, two Gemini belt driven turntables and like a 4-channel Gemini mixer, and they had house records, freestyle, reggae, real big because they live real close to Flatbush, so real big on reggae, R&B, hip hop, all of that, and they trusted me to practice with their shit,
Okay.
monitored.
Okay.
But then it got to the point where like I started to, I knew how to turn everything on. I was very careful. I was making sure I wasn't scratching up their records, and they would leave me in the room to the point where like the whole family's going to sleep,
Right.
and like they're like rubbing their eyes like, yo, bro, like I love you, but you gotta go.
Right.
And I ain't have
So
equipment.
this is like late 80s, probably early 90s. You thought Red Alert was on the radio.
You trying to date him? You
No,
trying to
I mean,
make
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
stage?
he
Like-
remember the year.
well,
but,
I was born
okay,
in 77.
Okay, so
I was
You know
born in
what I'm saying?
73.
All right.
So when I was 13,
right. So
when
when I was 10, I listened to Red Alert already.
Yeah. So then that was my first initial introduction to like the DJ equipment and all of that. And then I had a friend named Vandal. I still have a friend named Vandal. He's not DJ anymore.
Vandal,
but,
he's your friend.
but big shouts to my man Danny Santiago, who went by DJ Vandal. He was more advanced, so he had technique turntables, and he was like busting out patterns. Cause like my homies that I was like chilling with in the beginning, no one really knew how to scratch like that. They wasn't doing no tricks. They was just blending,
records together.
blending well, but
Right.
just blending like house music and all that.
Yeah.
Big shouts to my man Will. Anyway, so Vandal was like busting out those
Yeah, going
patterns,
in,
the
yeah.
chops, the
The
stabs.
DMC.
Not DMC,
Not the
but
DMC,
like,
yeah, I don't think
but he
DMC.
was aggressive with it. You know, like doing
Right.
all that. I was like, ooh, I want to learn that. And then I got cool with my big bro, Ephraim Lopez, aka DJ Enough.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He lived next building.
Oh, okay.
So I knew his family. I knew his aunt. I knew his sister. I knew his mom.
Right.
I would come over. I would drive him crazy. Still didn't have equipment, and he had techniques. So now, okay, now it's getting
better,
closer.
to you.
It's getting
Yeah,
closer
getting
to me
closer.
now. I know someone that's actually in the field doing shit.
It has techniques.
Because at the time he was recording for Tape Kings.
Yep.
He was DJing for Biggie, Junior Mafia,
Yeah.
Also for Red Alert too, wasn't he?
and he was filling in for Red Alert on 98.7 Kiss FM.
Chill out. Either or.
Okay.
Right? And then he was doing shows with Super Nat and all of that, right?
Yeah.
And then he was producing with Jiv Paz, his man Jiv Paz, or whatever. And I was in his crib like with the DAT, and the records coming in the mail.
Yeah, let's rewind that DAT.
Yeah.
Explain to people what the DAT was.
It's like a small cassette or whatever that you would record your mixes on, and he would submit that to Tape Kings.
Okay.
Or
That was
whatever.
the master.
That's
Yeah,
like
that
a
was the master.
Yeah.
And he would charge a grip of bread
For the master.
so they could hold on to the master, so then they can make the
Right,
duplicates.
because on the tapes.
On tapes.
On the
This
mix
is way
tapes.
before CD,
Yeah.
right? And then I remember when like he got the promo record to Protect Your Neck, and that was my first time finding out who the fuck Wu-Tang Clan was.
Okay.
And he put the needle to the record. You were
It was the yellow and
yeah,
bluish-
orange.
yes.
Yeah. And I was like, yo, who the fuck are these dudes? Like,
Right.
there's no hook. They just going in for blood. Like, I'm like, yo, this is amazing. And then Juice came out shortly around that time, and I was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
So I was just like, but and then I think what really connected everything for me was him sitting me down in his living room, and he popped in the VHS tapes. The
You're talking about the Enough did this.
Enough
Enough.
popped in the VHS tapes of the DMC battles, and I was like, "What's this?" He goes, "These are DJ competitions." It first started as like mixing battles, and then they started incorporating like cutting and scratching and rocking doubles and body tricks and all of that, and then later on juggling. Big up to Steve D, the cut technician, for introducing that. But like, I was like, "Oh shit!" I was geeking off of like, rest in rhythm, our brother Grandmaster Rock Raider.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
facts.
Grandmaster Rock Raider, Rob Swift, Mr. Sinister,
Boogie Blind.
this before Boogie Blind.
Okay.
Like I was,
Remember, this is the VHS. The VHS was this big.
Yeah.
So like the Invisible Scratch Pickles.
Invisible. Well, before the Invisible Scratch Pickles, it was Rocksteady DJs. So it was like a Mixmaster Mike, Apollo,
Right.
Qbert, and then of course, then the Invisible Scratch Pickles with Shortcut, and then the Beat Junkies.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Melody and Babu. But yeah, I was geeking on, and then Miz, and of course Steve D. And all of these people. So I was like, oh my god. Okay, it's starting to click. Like I want to rock parties, and I want to do that shit, and then
The
try to
DMC,
find
right.
the balance.
In between.
So as far as DMC, I just never had the heart, to battle. I would always like become nervous. My anxiety would get the best of me. So like I entered in a couple of battles, but never DMC. And I kind of just left it alone. I still kind of have it in my system, like, yo, come on, man,
Yeah,
up,
try
and
it, yeah.
just do it. But I don't want to do it just to be like, oh, pity props. Oh, look, DP1's up there. Oh, that's so cute. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, yo, he's not playing.
Right.
Like I heard 10 different routines and they're all fire. Like if it's not like to that level, then I'm not even gonna waste my time. So I'll do it hopefully eventually, or maybe not. I don't know. I spoke to my man Rolly Roll about this. He's like, yo, dude, you don't gotta do that shit.
No, right.
You know what I'm saying? Big up to Fifth Platoon. Big up to X-Men, Executioners.
Yeah.
Those are the crews that really inspired me. And of course the Allies. Big up to my man Spectacular. And of course, back to the X-Men, Boogie Blind, Precision. Those guys are like bananas. You know what I mean? So those are the guys that really, really, really dive in and do that shit.
Yep.
So that's why when people say, oh, This guy's a turntablist. I'm a DJ who could cut.
We'll cut.
Who
Real
can
good.
scratch. Thank you. I'm not. I mean, I guess you can say I execute turntablist techniques,
I see a few of your routines.
but I'm not no battle DJ though. I'm not gonna like. I know my lane. Like I'm not even gonna front.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because then I'm disrespecting
That
the
crowd.
Boogie Blinds and
right.
the Crazes and the 8-tracks.
That
and,
part of culture.
and spectaculars of the world, the precisions. Like
Right.
they live.
Right.
They live and breathe that.
That's
yeah.
their world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like I can cut. I could juggle, little cute juggle here and there. But my shit is really party rocking with the technical, skill. And that's that. But a lot of promoters don't understand that shit. They want to put you in a box.
Right.
You know,
I want to label you in the box. Keep you there.
yeah, he scratches or he's one of those DJs.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Nah.
book.
Yeah.
I don't want to book him because he's gonna
Scratch all
do
day.
routines
Right.
and scratch all night. Like, no, motherfucker, what you
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So big up to like my man, Fat Fingers or Danny S.
Yeah, dope.
Or Philip Ferrari,
Yep.
who they have the balance.
The balance.
Right.
You understand? Or even Philip Ferrari's cousin, my main man Flawless, or my man Shuji. They all have, or even Big Ben, who you about to interview next, right? They all have the balance of cutting, rocking doubles,
Yeah.
flaring it up if they wanted to, but they don't need to. It's
need
it's sazon, it's
That's
extra,
song, right,
it's sauce.
Right. That's the sauce.
Flavor, you know what I'm saying? It's not needed. It's when you do it to every record, it's overkill. Just like Kid Capri would say, it's seasoning.
Right.
You don't need it.
All the time.
All the
day.
time.
They don't come to hear that.
Right, so you
man.
gotta
Party.
you gotta kind of make it sound enjoyable because the girls, if the girls think that you sound like noise, they're gonna leave.
Right.
And now you got a sausage party, and your party's whack.
Right.
Right.
Right, the party's over. Once the girls leave, the party's
Party's
done.
over. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much where that is. I know I kind of
It's okay.
derailed,
it's
but it's all
it's your
ties in
platform.
together.
Making sense.
It's your
Makes
platform.
yeah.
So-
I think I answered like 10 questions.
Yeah,
in
you
one.
probably did, but we'll make 10 more.
We make 10 more. We got you.
Let's go. Let's go.
So would you say that Enough was your mentor, or did you have?
He's
a
one
mentor?
of them.
He's one of them.
Yeah, he's definitely one of them because, like, around that time, this is pre-heavy hitters. You know what I'm saying? He was just like, just in the zone. You know, he was a part of Flip Squad,
Yep.
and I saw him, making moves with that, and I just saw his work ethic at home.
Yeah.
Constantly trying to figure out how he could keep himself hot with the mixtapes and all of that. I wasn't really there when him and Jiv Paz was chefing shit up with the beats and stuff.
Yeah.
I wasn't there, when he made the remix to Get Money and all of that. But, I was, I had access to that.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, me and his family got really cool. And he wasn't over my shoulder like, yo, this is
Do
how you
this,
count
do that.
bars. This is put the BPMs on your record or this is how many rotations you got. Like he wasn't doing none of that, but he would let me know like that don't sound good. Keep on practicing. Because he was busy, so I get it. But then I don't even think he realized that I was gonna take it that serious. Then I was like, yo, fuck it. Actually, I could curse?
Yes,
I'm over
curse.
here. All right.
Curse.
So, big up to, again, circling back to my man Victor. I bought my first DJ mixer off of him for like $60. It was like Gemini,
Doing that with wood panels.
wooden panels, the three channel
Channels,
joint before the Jazzy Jeff joint.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't even know what the hell I did with that. Somebody got it. I let
You
someone
want it
borrow
back.
that
You want
shit.
it back.
I just
Don't you hate that shit? Like years later, you think about, damn, where to that mix I had?
Yeah.
So-
Where was that
I
turntable
don't
I
even
had?
know
So-
where my scratch masters is
so
at. My
so
Gemini.
so big up
I
to
don't
my,
have it.
I
so
think
big-
you got it.
So big up to my man M Try.
My bad, yo.
I actually got the Jazzy Jeff version,
Did you?
and I let him borrow it, and I posted a picture a few months ago, maybe last year, whatever, and I was like, yo, man, I don't know where the hell this mixer is. I don't know if it's in the closet, in the corner somewhere, or if I let someone borrow this shit. I was like, yo, anyway, this is great memories, whatever. He hit me up right away, like, yo, I don't know if you remember. I was like, of course I don't. He's like, yeah, you lent it to me. He's like, hey, you never
never bring it
returned
back?
the shit.
He's like,
So
borrowing- he
so we're
borrowing
laughing
shit.
about, but it's in mint condition. The fade is blown,
Yeah.
but I got it back. It's
That's
in my
what's up.
storage.
But that's like, that's like Eddie B said. Eddie B said, like, up here in New York, when you let somebody borrow something, it means they gonna keep it. And you
Right,
never
yo,
get
let
the
me
shit
hold
back.
that. Let me hold
Yeah,
that.
let me
It's like,
hold that. Yeah. You already know it's
It's
gone.
got to be up to you to like
Remember,
Right.
right?
You know
You know
what
what
I'm
I just found? Remember the Grandmaster Flash Transformer box?
Yep. The black and
Oh.
gray.
The little
one.
back with the
Yeah,
little
with the
button.
2 buttons.
Or the
Yeah.
switch. Yeah, the switch
Wow.
and 2 buttons.
Yeah,
both.
the buttons. Yeah.
I just found that shit.
I've never seen one in person, but
Oh damn.
But anyway, but yo, I'm trying to hold on to, because I had so many mixes, Scratch Masters, the one with the 8-second sampler on it.
Yeah, that's the one.
Some bullshit, I think it was called MTX or some shit with like a tiny mini fader. I'm like, oh, that shit was garbage.
I think the bullshit mix of all was the one that Radio Shack had.
Oh, I never had that. I never had that.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
But
have
I remember one of my favorite mixes was the DMC mixer.
Oh, yeah, those
with
were-
with the EQ.
EQ's on top.
Yep.
Yeah. I got jacked, not directly,
Right.
but I was doing
Somebody borrowed it.
No, I was doing a gig at it was Demerara's,
Okay.
Planet
Yeah.
28.
I remember Demerara's,
and
yeah.
we was packing up, and that day scarred me for life. Where my people was like, "Yo, we trying to get out of here. Let us help you pack up." I'm like, "All right, cool." Put everything in the car. I had a day job at the time. Brought everything upstairs. So tired, didn't even realize my mixer wasn't a part of what we pulled out.
Right.
Went to work, came home. That's a lot of hours in between, right?
Yeah.
Went to connect my shit. I was like, where the fuck is my mixer? I was like, oh, it's in my man's car. So I had my man up. I was like, yo, my mixer's still in the trunk. He was like, nah, we took everything out. I was like, yo, stop playing. So I hit up the venue. Nah, we don't know what you're talking about. I was like, oh, shit.
Damn.
So someone got me for that. But I ended up getting the Vestax 05 Pro after that.
Which
Okay.
also was a good mixer back then.
Yeah.
So that was like, fuck it, I'm gonna level up. And then everything, like I was, right after that was Rain. Like I was a big Rain head.
Yeah.
Like the Rain 54, the 56, the 57,
57, yeah.
the 62. And then, I don't know, then I just, once the S9 came out, I was like, oh, wait a minute. Hold up.
Yeah.
So now I'm
Everybody's on the S9.
Everybody
the
on the
Pioneer S9, the S7, S11 for me is like, that's the shit for me.
Right.
Listen, I pay for all my shit. None of my shit's given to me. So I'm gonna give
So
you.
if Rain gives us a check, we'll let you know about
Yeah,
it. You know what I'm saying? We'll
I'm
help
not
you
gonna
out
be
there.
like, yo,
Pioneer.
nah. I'm gonna go with what I think works. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So yeah,
That's what's up.
yeah.
So then, who's your mentor? Enough.
Oh, I have so many.
Okay.
I have so many. I mean, big up to my man Victor, because he's the one that really like groomed me, because they trusted me to DJ their house parties, and I sucked. Train wrecking, but like to a minimum. Well, he'd be like, bring the volume out. Switch over already, cross the fade over. But they were patient because it was all our peoples. And it was like the greatest feeling because I had like all my homeboys and my homegirls would pop up. Big shots to their mom, Maria. She was like, she just loved having parties. She'll be in the kitchen chefing it up. We'll be sleeping over. It's like 7 a.m. She's making breakfast for everybody. Like party family for real.
Right.
And like that's where I earned my stripes. And my friends were like, Mix was a little rough. Or yo, you practicing, you getting better.
Getting better, right.
You getting better. You know what I mean? So big up to Victor, and then of course, my man Vandal, and then Enough, because I learned a lot from him. Yeah. And then around that time was when, Rest in Rhythm, my brother DJ Threat. Around that time,
Yeah, rest in peace.
and
Turntable Assassins.
Turntable Assassins from Long Island.
Right. Yeah,
Big up to his cousin Pills. But Heavy Hitters was birthed from rejection. You know what I'm saying? Because when Enough was a part of Flip Squad, shortly after that, Flex started Big Door Pitbulls, and Enough wanted to be a part of Big Door Pitbulls.
Right.
Flex, for some reason, didn't see that as a good idea, or I don't know. I don't want to dive into that because I don't want to say the wrong thing.
No, of course.
He just didn't want him to be a part of it.
Right.
So he felt rejected. And then Pills and Threat were brainstorming, and they came up with the idea of starting their own crew. Right. And then they pitched the idea to Enough, and he was just like, Heavy Hitters. He's like, all right, well, if we're gonna do this, who we gonna put down? Camelo was one of the first ones.
Right.
Lobo, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I initially I got thrown in because I'm on the block. I'm the young protege.
Right.
And of course, big up to my man Haitian Pat, who was there from the beginning.
Okay.
You know, we was all helping out with the crates and all of that. And of course, some neighborhood heads that would help out, but they weren't really official members. They just helped out because they just wanted to see They just wanted to see E win.
They
You know
believe
what I'm saying?
in-
They
they
believe,
believe-
yeah.
They believe in E.
But that was the birthing of
The heavy hitters.
of heavy hitters in '99.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I had a crispy hairline back then. You know what I'm
We
saying?
would have met back then too, because a good friend of mine that passed away, Screw.
Screw, okay.
Screw,
Yeah.
that's my brother.
Okay.
He introduced me to pills,
Okay.
and then rest in peace, and Dre passed away, and
Yeah.
that whole thing between me, pills, and Screw went away, and then he got me involved with Carl Blaze.
Carl Blaze.
And then
yeah,
Carl
rest in
Blaze,
rhythm,
rest in peace, Carl Blaze, then he
yeah.
passes away. And then after that, it's like, you know what, man? Screw, you know what? I'm just keep doing my own thing in Orlando and keep it from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just like so many things happened, like, almost like back to back in a way. So
Yeah.
But you know, so the thing I get a lot is when I meet some people, or I meet a lot of whenever, and they're like, "Oh, you a heavy hitter? Since when?" I'm like, "Yo, since the beginning." And they're like, "How come I never heard of you?" I just never had the patience to deal with the bullshit.
Yeah.
I honestly,
the politics and bullshit.
yeah, like
that's
you
what
know,
the game's about.
Big up to like Cass One and Rain and Ramo when he was down with us. Big up to all the heads that were patient enough to stick it through. I just couldn't deal with it, man. I'm not into sports. I like playing sports, but I don't know shit about sports.
Right.
I don't drink. At the time, back then, I was drinking, but then I stopped. So I don't drink. I don't smoke, right? So already I'm looked upon as an oddball. And I'm like a fucking turntable nerd.
Right.
Right? Like, not necessarily like what year shit came out, who sampled, like,
Right.
but like I just love music and I love the art and I'm always practicing. I've even been told, why do you still practice? You don't need to practice. Nah, practice
learn
is
every day.
forever.
Right.
Like you would never dare say something like that to like a Tito Puente or Miles
Right.
Davis or Dizzy Gillespie or somebody
Why are you telling
like
me
that.
that?
You know what I'm saying? Or Ray Barreto or whatever, right? Never, because they did what they love to do to the last breath and they still practiced on their rudiments.
Yeah. Every day. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as I reached a master level and I never need to practice. Nah. So I would tell them, I'm like, yo, a lot of heads, and still to this day, a lot of heads in the industry would front on a brother because, especially nowadays, it became more about numbers.
Yeah.
Right now, it's just like, oh, you DJ too?
Yeah.
That's last.
Right.
It's like you got to be a graphic designer.
Right.
You got to be
Promoter.
a promoter.
Promoter.
You got to bring the number. You got to bring the people out to
Oh, you want
secure.
sell bottles? Yeah, you sell bottles.
to
Okay.
secure your
Sell
pay.
bottles, yeah.
So right now, I'm only making time for venues that don't hit me with the bullshit.
Right.
Right.
Like it's like they want me to come through
because of you.
and rip it. They don't want me to sound like nobody. They want me to come and do DP1.
Right.
And I'm not. My pay is not being dependent of
The numbers.
the numbers.
Yeah. How many likes you got?
So back then it was harder
Yeah.
because you had to have the records.
Right.
So like there was a lot of times I couldn't even get the records because when I go to the record labels to get the promos,
right.
they already gave out all the heat to
Right.
Clue
To all the
and
mix-
Doo
right.
Wop
All the mixtape
and
guys.
Carmelo and SNS and Ron G and Craig G and of course Enough and Tony Touch and everybody. And I'm just like, damn, how am I gonna compete with that?
Yeah.
PF Cut and everybody, Evil D. So, and yeah, they deserve all that, but it was hard for me to get those records. And when I got those records, I would probably have one. So then it was embarrassing when I get the bookings. They're like, yo, bring the shit back. I'm like, I only have one copy. They're like, you only have one copy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So then, trying to talk to the promoters and trying to convince them why they should pay me what they should pay me. I was like, man, fuck all this. So I went hard body with like the raw elements of the culture.
Okay.
And I clicked up with Zulu, you know what I'm saying? And like, and multiple B-boy crews. Shout out to Supreme Being, Step Fiends, Full Circle Soldiers, you know what I'm saying? And I started DJing not all, but most of the major B-boy or dance battles in the tri-state.
Right.
Now, so to just wrap up the last thought that I had was, so I earned my stripes heavily in the raw elements, in the raw essence of the shit,
Of the culture.
of the foundation.
Right.
So to me, I don't get, honestly, and this is no disrespect to any promoter out there, but I don't give a fuck about any of y'all validation.
Right.
Right.
The ones that I'm cool with, I salute you. You know what I'm saying? But the ones that are still on that bullshit, whatever.
Right.
Because I made it. And what I mean by that is you just said you interviewed our brother Grand Wizard Theodore,
Theodore,
right?
yes.
That's my hip hop uncle. You know what I'm saying? For me to be on his radar, for me to be on Cool Herc's radar,
Right.
Africa Bambaata's radar, Grand Mixer DST,
You won't need anybody else.
Tony Tone from Cold Crush.
Right.
Like I could call these people. I could call up Ken Swift. You know what I'm saying? May this legend, super legend, continue to rest in rhythm too. My man Outlaw, who passed away from Zulu. Frosty Freeze. My man Chino from Incredible Breakers just called me on my way over here. That's the type of fresh,
As long as you get those,
ill life that I
right.
live where I'm like, yo, I don't give a fuck about none of these cornball promoters
Right.
that don't believe in me because the legends, the super legends that paved the
way.
way,
They know, yeah.
for us to even have this conversation,
Right.
they
know me. They respect
fuck
me.
with me.
Right.
And they support me.
Right.
And to me, it's like,
That's it. That's what you need.
I'm good. Everything else is a bonus.
Right.
Right.
So he's gonna love this question right here. Who is more important, the promoter or the DJ?
The fucking DJ. The fucking DJ. And the whack shit is a lot of DJs want to now become, a lot of promoters want to become DJs.
Yeah.
And a lot of DJs are making the grave mistake of blessing these guys with their whole entire library,
Yeah, nah.
not realizing that they're about to get canceled.
Right. Lose the job.
Because now the promoters, and again, no disrespect to the ones that fuck with me and that we have a strong bond. You know what I'm saying? But you know, there's a lot of cornballs out there.
No, we know.
Oh,
we
That,
definitely
you
know.
know, they get chummy with the people that they're booking.
yeah, of course.
And then they get the library, and now all of a sudden, the people that they were booking get phased out, and they look like superstars. Because why? Because they have the list.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They can get the numbers.
We always have this conversation.
And it's unfair.
Well, and it's not anything personal, and I said it plenty of times before, but I don't let anybody copy my hard drive. And my reasoning is the hours I put in.
Yeah.
I've recorded vinyl,
Yeah.
acapellas, instrumentals, white label stuff that the label only put out on promo. You know, and sometimes you will have video versions that was only on BET,
Yep.
and the label will put out vinyl of the video version. You know what I mean, and things like that. But I don't. You know, if I
can't-
have something and we cool and we family, and there's a song that you want, I'll send you the song or whatever it is. But
To be honest with you, I could count on one hand, literally maybe a hand and a half, of people that I've actually given multiple folders to. Because at the same time, I'm not really worried. I'm not going to give a promoter my whole library.
No, of course
But
not.
I'm not really worried about sharing folders and shit like that. Why? Because we should have our own style.
they're not gonna play it the same way you would. Yeah.
Like,
course.
there's...
Because he won't give me his. He won't give me his folder. He won't give me shit.
So
now,
there's-
now he for gummies. He'll give me his shit.
There's five of us. There's 5 of us in this room, and if we all get the same
Same
10
fuck.
records, we should not hear
the same
the
play.
same 10 records in the same
Same
order,
order,
playing the
same
same
play.
way.
Right.
That's that. Then we're copy machines.
Right.
Yeah,
Right?
with
Jukebox,
Xeroxes.
jukebox.
Jukeboxes.
So that's also, you know, and there's been times where like other DJs that might be less skilled, they'll have some shit, and I'm like, ooh, I need that. Can't really, my man, stop it. Like, what are you talking about? Like, did the artist
Did it for you
record
only.
the shit for you, and you paid that artist
Right.
out of your own pocket to have exclusivity?
Right.
No.
right.
So, and like, if I'm playing it somewhere, no one even knows that you got it, and it's not gonna take away work from you.
Right.
And I'm not a cornball like that. Like, oh, where you got that from? Oh, yeah, I found it in a dig. Like, nah, my man blessed me with that shit.
Right. We call those in this podcast the DJ Pee-wees.
You know, and what I notice is that some DJs that do that dumb shit, that whack shit oh, yo, I can't, you know, it's like, yo,
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
not the 70s where we're like, you
Scraping-
know,
scraping the label off,
Yeah, we're putting false labels on so you think it's this record, but it's not. It's like we're past that. You know what I'm saying? You know, back in the days, you would get hemmed up if you try to look over someone's shoulder and try to, be in someone's space like that. But we're past that with Serato and all of that, whatever.
Shazam. People
Shazam
like-
and all of that. It's like, come
walking
on,
around the
B.
club.
It's just like, what? Like, we should never be threatened
Of the DJ.
of another DJ. Like, I don't, like, no disrespect, to any of the greats, but I don't let none of that shit faze me. You know? If I'm on the same bill as like a DJ Scratch or Jazzy Jeff, even my brothers, Enough, Camelo, like, I love them and I appreciate what they do, but I'm not intimidated because I practice and I know I can hold my own. I can't do what they do.
Right.
And there's some things that I do that they can't do.
Right.
But respectfully so, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna like dim my light
Right.
and
Right.
feel the way because I'm with these guys. So what I'm saying is that anytime you on a platform, it's not disrespectful to show your ass
Right,
and
show off,
do
right,
your shit.
right.
Not really show off, but like
But
but
not
DJ
show off like
at
but show you-
100%.
No, it's a healthy competition. Is
Yes.
what it is. It's all it is.
Yes.
It's like
Oh.
yeah, that, we talk about this too. Like
Right.
if you on, I'm like, oh, he's killing it, but I'm gonna kill that shit.
But-
and
but-
then you talk shit back and forth, but it's out of love.
But it's like
know what I mean?
we talked earlier, the '90s rap.
Yeah.
It was good competition.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
The '90s hip hop was good competition.
Name 2 crews that sounded alike back
yeah,
then.
none.
None.
Brand Nubian,
None.
Das
No,
Effects,
nobody.
EPMD,
And they
the list
all
go-
and they all made it. They all sold.
Gangsta, come
Also,
on.
they also
they all sold.
right.
De La Soul, you know what I'm saying? Yo, Rest in Rhythm, Rest in Rhyme, True Goy the Dove.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I really wish I was there last night, man. I'm so mad
Us
I missed
too.
on that shit. But I was just saying, like, you know, but at the same time, there is a DJ etiquette. So like, if I'm opening up for you,
Yeah, that's different. Yeah.
that's you got to know your
Etiquette,
position.
right? Position. Your code.
You
stuff
don't
like
you
that.
don't got to dim down your skill. You can still kill it with an opening set of throwback to 90s, 2000s, 80s,
There's many
R&B,
records out
hip hop.
there.
Many records to play. Everybody wants to be the man or the woman, and they want to
Yeah.
play all the hit records at like
no,
9
that's-
o'clock.
that's for the closer.
That's when you're playing yourself. That's when I'm like, no. You cannot do that. Like that. If you want to keep a job, if you want to stay booked, know your position. You're opening, you're headlining, you're closing. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from the hit records.
Right.
After the headliner, it's
It's
open house.
it's open house. You play whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. But yeah. I know I'm rambling.
Nah, it's all
You're
good.
good. You're good.
I don't know if your camera's gonna run out of battery.
Nah, it's not happening.
We got extra batteries.
You
We got extra batteries. All right.
Hey,
We knew you were coming.
yeah.
We got extra batteries.
This motherfucker. Damn.
Nah, that's what this
Nah,
is
only
about.
about-
We only asked him 3 questions.
Nah, that's
It's all good.
what it's about.
Say this. We're 20, number 20 right now. You been skipped.
No, but he answered by himself, so that's what's up.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's great. So who's your biggest inspiration, and like who do you look to as a DJ that
So-
inspires you or makes you want to practice?
That should be a super easy question, and I should be able to narrow it down to like one person, but I can't because I love music so much, and DJing is very broad, and I love to play all genres of music. My
Okay.
favorite thing to do is play open format.
Yep.
So like when people say, "Yo, are you more like a hip hop DJ, breakbeat DJ?" I'm all of the above.
I'm a DJ.
I'm a DJ. I love house. I love reggae. I love Afrobeat. I love salsa, merengue, típico, bachata, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Freestyle. So like for instance, like big up to my man Tony Martinez. Right after this, I'm going to Barrio BX. You know, they book me every month or whatever. He allows me to just play open range. I read the room and I just play whatever I feel works for the room. If he feels like if he feels like he has an idea, he's obviously the owner, so he's gonna come in and chime in, and then like I'll feed off that ideology.
yeah.
But to answer your question, for house music, Little Louis Vega, my man Mr. V,
Yep.
you know,
Salute Masters at Work.
yeah, Masters at Work, of course, you know, for like hip hop and stuff, like as far as like just club rocking, you know, of course, enough Camelo, Mr. C,
The finisher, Mr. C.
the finish, yeah. You know, the Evil D, you know what I'm saying? But as far as like rocking the club with like some technical skill, then we start going into like the Big Ben
Okay.
and you know like Spin One and you know Stretch Armstrong and what you call it may he continue to rest in rhythm, Spin Bad.
Oh no, man, absolutely.
Beast.
Spin Bad.
absolutely.
You know, of course, Melody, Boogie Blind,
Yeah.
which I still feel to this day he doesn't get enough respect and he
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
get enough flowers. My man Shuji, you know what I'm saying? My man Flawless, Scratch Bastard, Chris Villa, you know what I'm saying? Like those are the cats that I'm like, ooh. You know, and then when it comes to mixtapes, you know, you got Double R and G-Bo the Pro.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? As far as like creativity, Dirty Harry, that I don't feel enough people mention his ass.
Not Dirty Harry. No.
Dirty Harry, you know, with the crazy remixes and shit. you know, PF Cuttin,
PF
you
Cuttin,
know,
Juice.
Tony Touch,
Juice, yeah.
Juice. You know what I'm saying?
Chill Will.
Chill Will. Let's get fruity. Yo, Chill Will, man, with those R&B tapes, bro. Like, you know, so and then I have to circle back to Spin Bad and JS1 because they came out with some crazy ass mixtapes back in the day where I'm just like, and of course Riz
Oh, DJ Riz. Yeah.
and Finesse.
Yeah.
DJ Finesse and you know and Scissorhands and my man you know Ava, you know and you know the list goes on and on. So but yeah, man, like I'm inspired by you know by a plethora of DJs for different things. It's not just one.
Particular thing. Yeah.
It's not
I
just
mean, you
one.
mentioned about maybe 100 DJ in the past 20 minutes,
And I left
that's
out a
great,
lot.
and that's great because that's a DJ who looks about other DJs and other platforms
No,
and other
absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, wait, well,
genre
I-
of
I-
music, and it's like
I cannot go on without mentioning, of course, my Turntable Annihilus family, which is the original DJ crew before Heavy Hitters. So Explore, G.I. Joe, Blowout, and an older member, Chak Nasty. That's who I started with. And those brothers keep me on my toes from production to MCing to DJing. Like we do it all.
Yeah.
And of course, my man KS360, we do the Behind the Groove party. And he's well versed in music and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So these are the guys that like keep me on point. Rich Medina,
Yep.
Spinner,
Yep.
like Scram Jones. Holy shit, fucking Scram Jones. Eddie B. Swift,
Yeah.
Mel Star.
Y'all Star blends,
Woo!
yeah, because of the blends now.
Yeah.
I saw you do a routine.
But
a
Mel
routine-
Star is
Oh, no,
he's
yeah,
just,
right.
he's an animal.
I seen you do a routine with G.I. Joe.
Yeah. So G.I. Joe, like, you know, his energy is like
Bananas. To the
But
next-
we used to live together, and he used to drive me crazy. He would wake up at like 9 a.m. and shit. Be like, I'm still waking. I'm still half asleep, and he's like, "Yo, I want to let you hear this beat." And I'm just like, oh, "Okay, all right." I hear the beat. Shit's fire. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, shit is dope. You like it? Yeah, nah. Yo, you sure you like it? I'm like, motherfucker, I'm gonna choke you. I'm tired. You know what I'm
like
saying?
it.
Like, what the fuck
Yeah,
you
yeah,
doing
I
up
like
at
it. I
9 in the
like it.
morning? You know, but yo, he's a beast. He's a monster. He used to tour for Immortal Technique.
Dope.
You know what I'm saying? But he's like MC, producer, DJ. We just DJ'd a B-boy a competition in Boston and whatnot. That was fun. Big shouts to Act One. He helped us out with the sound. Legend. That's a super legend right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Was it Boston City? No, wait. Yeah, Boston City Breakers. I think that was the name of his crew. And he used to be down with Floor Lords, which is like big time
big
crew
time.
from yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So but yeah, like, you know, of course, Mr. Sinister, X-Men, Executioners, all of that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't realize how ill Spectacular is.
Okay.
They think he's just like a battlehead.
DJ.
Right.
I did, because so my side hustles, I do sound and sound rentals and shit. So my company's HDC Entertainment.
Plug it in.
You know what I'm saying? HDC Entertainment, at HDEC 718 on the gram or whatever. So anyway, I did sound for him, and he rocked a holiday party, open format. When I say, like, there's very few people in the world that have mastered the art of DJing, he's one of them. Boogie Blind's another one.
Yeah.
Jazzy Jeff is another one. Like, these are the guys that, like, their blends are fucking tight in pocket. Like, I'm talking about skinny
Seats
jeans
to
type
pocket.
shit. You can't even split your finger
Nah, the small
in
pocket. The small pocket.
small pocket. The small pocket with a big thumb.
Yeah, right.
In pocket.
That's a
You know what I'm
Mike
saying?
Tyson thumb.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
in a little pocket.
You know what I'm saying? But he's also ambidextrous, which is scary. Because everything that he can do on
the
what you
right
think on what you think is his strong arm,
It's
on
not.
the Hellboy arm, he has two of them. Most people have a Hellboy arm
Right.
and like
And I made a
my
flex.
strong
Yeah,
hand from
the
Scary Movie.
the Deadpool hand.
Yeah, right. You know, so you know, and I'm starting to become a lot more balanced. My right hand used to be super dead, but now it's like from practice, right? But like he has two strong ass arms, and he goes in. Like he knows music. Precision is another one that slept on with party rocking.
Okay.
Boogie Blind, right?
Yeah.
Yo, those are the guys, man. Those are the guys. Spin One, like Fat Fingers.
Yeah, that's
Fingers.
another one.
He's
Right?
A beast. He's a beast.
These are the guys that have figured out the balance of making you dance, but I'm gonna make that shit sound fly.
Right.
Philip Ferrari's another one.
Right.
Danny S is another one. Like, what? Like, yo, dude, like the creativity is like
Yeah.
on an
level.
all-time high.
Next level, yeah.
So these are the guys that I literally like geek, like I bust a little load into my belly button kind of sort of. When I hear them rock, I'm like, oh my God.
Hey, yo.
You know what I'm saying? Right? I'm gonna say fast forward because I don't say pause. I don't want to say stuck in that moment. So fast
It's
forward.
all right.
Fast forward.
When Eddie B was on,
Yeah.
he always,
I call Eddie B good.
You know, my shirt is sticking. My shirt is sticking to my stomach, kind of.
Eddie B came out the closet on the episode.
Coming out party.
Coming out party.
Oh
He
shit.
fucked up on that one.
Yo, Eddie B. Swift is another one, yo. Holy shit. Holy shit. Eddie B. Swift, man. Whoa.
Yo, Eddie, I love you, Eddie. But yo, he had him on the podcast. He talking about a party that he did. And out of all names, he said it was his coming out party.
That's what he told us.
He fucked up.
Right.
Just that title alone.
Oh no, they're using the
Coming out.
I'm Eddie.
I'm Eddie.
Eddie, I call you later, Eddie.
I love you, brother. I love you. But yeah, man. Oof. Those are the guys that every single day of my life, I'm always checking their gram.
You're inspired by
And
that.
I'm listening to their mixes on Mixcloud, or I even have some of their mixes rotating on. I have my own radio station, The Blessing Radio. You know what I'm
Plug it
saying?
in, plug it
The
in.
Blessing Radio. It's as far as whoever downloaded it, you have it on your phone. But for some reason, I don't know. I gotta have a chat with Apple and Android, but they kicked me out of the store. So I gotta figure all that out. And then I just got the logo. Not just, but I recently got it updated. Big shots to my man Cause Design, heavy hitters. You know what I'm saying? I can't forget my man Big Jeff, Washington Heights.
Yep.
You know, Tiny Tim, More Fire DJs. You know what I mean? Like, these are the guys that I'm like, the guys. You know, when people want to talk about DJing for real, I'm like, yo, I'm blessed to be around greatness
Right.
such as these gentlemen.
Right.
And women too.
Women too, yeah.
And women too. You know what I'm saying? Chaotic Blaze, what you call it? I'm blanking out her name. Is it
Which one?
not is it Kamala? No, Kamala's another one.
Kamala's
she
the-
DJs house, but there's another one that's she just got added to the block, 94.7.
Oh.
We'll get back to that. But she's dope.
Old school and new.
No, she's new. She's been around for a while, but yeah, she's been doing her
Because
thing.
female wise, I mean,
And my homegirl Sapphire, you know what I'm saying?
Sapphire,
Of course,
Jazzy Joyce.
Jazzy Joyce, Coco
Chanel.
Chanel.
Chanel,
Coco
yeah.
Chanel's
She's
a beast.
Yeah.
Always been.
Yeah, always
Cutting
been.
Candy from Flip Platoon. Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
So, you once were interviewed by Reebok, right?
So Reebok, that was more like it was like a commercial pitch that never turned into a commercial. Yeah, one of my peoples hit me up about that, and we came through, and they paid me for my time, and there was a whole bunch of hip hop dancers and b-boys and b-girls and some poppers and some crumpers and stuff, and I just DJ'd, and they cut us a check, and that was supposed to be a commercial pitch that never got picked up.
You also still a dancer or used to be a dancer?
I still dance, but
dance?
I'm not a professional. So like, big shouts to my man Jigs and Rockism and Quick Step, who's also known as KS360, and his wife Rockefeller, and Ivan, the urban action figure, and people like that, and Lean Rock and everybody, El Nino. Like those are the professionals. You know what I'm saying? Those are the professionals. I just love to dance for myself. I have a 4-year-old now. So I'm like, yo, I still feel good. I still feel like I can move.
Right.
I want to start getting into training for real and like start learning all the moves I've always wanted to learn how to do.
Okay.
The tracks and the,
Right.
footwork both ways and,
Right.
the swipes both ways and windmills and head spins and drills and all of that shit. Build up my stamina, my top rock, my footwork, my power,
Right.
and have my son witness all of that shit. So he has those memories.
Exactly.
So if anything, God forbid, happens to me, at least I'm blessing him with those memories,
Right.
and I could expose him to all the greatness that I'm exposed to.
Well, I mean-
and he could pick and choose. Oh, Daddy, what's that? What is that called? I want to learn that.
Right.
All right, cool. You want to learn popping?
Breakdance is
I
coming to
got
the
you.
Olympics next year.
Yeah. So I'm gonna introduce my man Heat Rock. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna show you, some foundation or whatever, or Buddha Stretch or
Right.
whatever, or or Link or Loose Joint or whatever. Mop Top, Elite Force, all of that.
Right.
I want to learn how to dance house. I want to learn how to dance salsa. I want to learn how to hustle. I want to learn rocking.
A guy who could work,
You know?
who could dance on the dance floor.
Yeah.
Salsa, merengue, whatever.
It makes you a better DJ.
Met DJ, you'll find a female quick.
Well, I mean, I got my girl.
No,
I got
you.
my girl.
But I say,
No,
but
in
in
general,
general,
in
you know what I'm
general.
saying? Just
Yeah,
a person who knows how to.
But yo,
Who can dance.
the super legend Ken Swift from Seven Jams told me never stop dancing. Always make time to dance because you get to now see everything from both sides of the spectrum. You're behind the equipment, creating the vibe, and then now
For the
you're in front of
dancers.
you're in front of the equipment, seeing what everyone's gravitating towards and and what's working, what's not working. You feel me?
Dope.
Yeah.
No, we good.
Yeah.
So
I mean, going back to that's
The
real good for
Olympics.
hip hop for
Yeah.
Olympics.
Did I throw you off?
No. We have a key thing, so we know.
Oh, okay, got you. No, it's all
so
good.
yeah, what do you think about breaking being in the Olympics? Are you? I'm hoping they do it right.
If they do it right, it'll be a big win for the culture.
Right.
If they water that shit down, you know what I'm saying? If it's they extract all the flavor from it,
Yeah.
then it's gonna be real corny, and it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt the culture.
Yeah, I think it starts
You know
with
what I'm saying?
who they pick as judges. That's what we'll see.
Who they pick as judges, all the mentors, the trainers,
Right.
people that are actually educating those that know nothing about our culture, because we live and breathe this shit every day. There's not a part-time thing.
Right.
Like, I don't go home, take off my clothes,
off.
and then that's it. Like, I don't even think about it. No, I obsess, like, from the minute I wake up to the second I lay my head on the pillow, it's music and culture and all of that.
Yeah, a sponge.
And there's
Yeah.
people that they don't know nothing about this shit.
Yeah.
Right.
They occasionally may listen to,
A
a
Jay-Z
platform
song. A
on
Jay-Z song.
Spotify or Apple Music, whatever. But they don't live this shit. And that's the scary part, is there's people that are actually calling shots that don't live this shit,
Right.
but they're telling us what we can and can't do.
Right.
And it's just like,
Right,
from a
right.
business perspective, it's like, yo, you know what I mean?
Relax with that shit.
Yeah, yes. As long as it's done tastefully, I'm all for it.
Right.
Yeah. But it's big. It's big.
Back in the days when you had your records,
Yeah.
which record had to be in the crate every time.
Oh, man.
Had to be that record. Had to be with you, no matter where you went.
I'm sure there's a bunch of them.
There's
Well,
a
you-
bunch.
Yeah, but
Just one?
there's one.
Just one.
You just need one out of the bunch of them. Give me that one.
Damn.
What was one go-to record? I guess that's a good way to put it.
One go-to record.
Yeah, in the 90s.
In the 90s.
Yeah, let's go 90s.
Duick.
Yep, for sure.
Always had to have that in your crate.
Yeah.
I mean, but it depends. Because it depends on the type of party you're getting booked for. If you're getting booked for a party where they don't want no hip-hop and they just want sexy R&B from the 80s,
Right.
70s,
Who you was going
some
with?
disco.
Also R&B. Who would you go with from the 80s?
From the 80s,
Could go late 80s.
Shaka Khan.
Okay.
Yeah, I always get brain farts with this
Yeah,
type
no,
of
no,
stuff.
of course.
Because then what happens? There's like
Influx
there's a music traffic jam.
in your head.
Like, all the cars are colliding. Like, see me
Right.
first.
Right.
And then
I was there for
I
you.
become
Yeah.
dyslexic, and I'm just like, oh shit, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I know music, but I don't necessarily sometimes remember, like, when an album came out, what year, who sampled it. I should know these things, but when I get into the zone of rocking, I'll execute the ideas.
The ideas, right,
When I
right.
see them in front of me, or whatever.
Do you remember the first vinyl you bought?
Yeah, actually, it was two.
Okay.
It was the Inspector Gadget joint,
Which
the
one?
Bad Boys.
Bad Boy, the Bad Boys.
Bad Boys by Bad Boys featuring K Love.
K Love. You remember that? The
Fire.
first sample before Dougie Fresh did it.
Okay.
Yo,
okay.
Inspector Deck.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
could have sworn.
Inspector
See,
the Gadget.
Yeah,
Inspector
Inspector
Gadget.
yeah.
see, this is how I get confused. I could have sworn that I think that second verse, I could have sworn that was Busy B, but it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. Second verse, no, it wasn't.
But it sounded like
Yeah,
him
yeah,
though.
yeah, but it wasn't him though.
So whoever he was, whatever
Part of the crew.
what's his name? I don't remember his name, but he was a beast. So that was my first record, and then my second record, the record shop was telling my mom that there was explicit lyrics, and she almost didn't buy it for me. But it was the show with Lottie Dottie on the flip
Okay.
side,
Okay.
Silver label,
Right.
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And so those were my first two, which I still have to this day. My first two pieces of vinyl that I ever owned.
What record store did you get them from?
Oh, Music Factory
Okay.
on Kings Highway, which is no longer there,
Right,
in
right.
Brooklyn on Kings Highway. Yeah, Music Factory. That was crazy.
Yeah, the Dougie Fresh record was a silver print
Mm-hmm.
with the blue cover.
Yeah, and blue
Blue
writing
cover.
and blue writing.
I
on
see, I
it.
don't
Blue
remember.
writing.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I just remember
just going back to my
label.
because we used to collect records,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
Still buying.
we still buying shit.
Well, yo, at the time when I was like coming up and shit, I was like, struggling with finances and stuff like that or whatever. And sometimes here and there it still happens, but he did me a humongous solid, which he did not have to do, and I always salute him for this. He used to get lists of record labels,
Labels. Yep.
with addresses and phone numbers and,
Yep.
and contact persons, people to hit up and shit. And I was like, a light bulb went off, and I was like, yo, can I borrow this list? And he was like, for what? And I was like, I want to call, introduce myself, and set up meetings and try to go to the
labels,
office
right,
and
the
get
office.
and get
My
these
vinyls,
records.
right?
And he was like, if you're gonna do that, don't embarrass me. Okay? And just move tastefully. And I said, of course. And he trusted me, and that's how I met Chef Low and Apani B. Fly and Sean Pecas and Nelson and
Shout out to
Chris
Nelson.
Green and Puerto Rico Rob and Al Lindstrom. That's how I met all of these
those
guys.
Chris Atlas,
Chris Atlas,
Rob Love,
Rob Love,
Sean Perez.
Sean Prez. What
Sean,
about
Sean Prez. I didn't really know that well, but yeah, Sean Prez.
Did you met? Oh, what about DigiWax?
DigiWax, yeah, CL,
CL, yeah.
Corey Llewellyn.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
got
that list was very important back in the days.
What about Cornerstone?
yeah, Cornerstone, yeah, CL too.
Yeah.
But then at that time too, heavy hitters used to share. Renee McClain used to share a space
Yep.
with us.
Shout out to Renee.
He opened up like he had a little space that we was able to use. So big up to Renee McClain, his wife Lillette, RPM, right?
RPM, right.
They used to do Mix Show
Mix
Power Summit.
Yep.
That was the best.
Yo, Puerto Rico was insane.
Yo, right?
It was the best. It was,
That was bananas,
that
B.
shit
That was the time.
but it was a great intimate because
You got to meet all
everybody was
Everybody
there.
at one time.
yo.
Pharrell, Missy, Busta,
Prodigy.
50 Cent.
Yeah.
50 was there before he
Busta,
dropped
Missy.
oh my gosh, Wankster.
Yeah.
He was there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was definitely a great time.
Even
man.
True Life before he got locked up.
True Life. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then he went away, and then that was it.
And
You know what I'm
everybody
saying?
was there because it was the artists were there walking around freely, talking.
was-
Some people had bodyguards.
Right.
Let's just keep it on it.
and I'm not gonna get into this too deep, whatever, because I don't want to entertain negativity. But
Right.
there was some artists that they knew that they were there for the DJs, and then when you approached them for a drop, they were like screaming on you and
Right.
giving you
Yeah.
whack
There
ass
was
like.
things like
I was
that.
like,
Yeah.
But there were some too that had bodyguards that wouldn't even let you get close
Close
to
to
them.
the DJ.
yeah, I wouldn't
Right.
even play myself, but like. Like there was a lot of heads that were approachable, that were super cool, like
Yep.
Ghostface
Yep.
and what you call it, Sean Paul, like super chill. You know what I'm saying? And then
I
there
don't
was
know if
there
you
were
would-
others that were like, come on, man.
Matter of fact, you know who? Now that I have pictures, you know who was there too? Floyd Mayweather. I don't know.
Oh
if
wow.
he was there at the one in Puerto Rico at Weston.
No, yo, that was
it
the
was-
time.
This was after How Can I Be Down, right?
Oh yeah,
it
this
was
was
way
after.
after, yeah.
This
That-
was in
that-
the early 2000s.
Yeah.
I missed those. I missed those days.
I missed the
man.
magazines.
Yeah, I still have them.
I still have a couple of
It
them.
came with the
yeah.
magazine and a
And the
vinyl.
vinyl.
I have one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still have mine at
Yeah,
home, but
yeah,
I
yeah.
miss those things like that. Those are things you could touch and feel and it brings you back to that time.
Yeah, I cherish those moments, man.
Yeah.
I cherish those moments, yo, for real.
Those
And
were-
around at that time, you know, we had the heavy hitters record pool.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Big shouts to my man DJ Clear, who will pull up from time to time, and you know what I mean. But now it's like it became heavy hits.
Yep.
But then now that's its own thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but you know, big
Which
shouts
is
to
which
Stacks.
is which is a dope record pool, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. Big shouts to Rays. But yeah, I get a lot of my heat from there still. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, that was the time. That was like, but you know, again, you know, trying to get the vinyl, man, it was so
The vinyl,
hard.
right.
So it was hard. It was hard to get the booking. Then once you got the booking, are they gonna pay you your rate?
And
And
you
then
need to buy the records.
and then are you gonna have the heat to play
Right.
in time? Especially if it's like a last minute cancellation tonight.
Right.
Oh shit! What? Damn! It's 4 o'clock.
The guy
Rock and Soul closes at 7. Oh shit! That I gotta get ready and
I gotta go.
I gotta
Yeah,
make
yeah.
it in time. You know, I gotta pick up like 20, 30 records. It's like, oh man.
Well, now
Stressful.
basically they go
Download.
download.
When they walk away, they put the shit in the crate.
They
They
done.
walk away. They go take a shower. They iron it for the night, and they got all the whole shit.
There was I don't want to talk bad about it, but I'm still trying to understand that the platform is like this thing called crate hackers now,
Yes.
where like they do all the work for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Apparently.
know how I feel about that, but I guess before I say anything about it, I guess I gotta look into it and see what it is to see if it's
Yeah,
something that.
it's been coming up on my feed a lot. I think what
Yeah.
they do is it goes into your system and it gives you the top songs off of Spotify, for example, and it
Okay.
lets you know if you have the song.
If you
and
don't,
if
they'll
you
download
don't,
for you.
it'll go download it for you.
You can even save your Spotify playlist.
You
or
could
something,
save it,
supposedly,
right.
Or whatever you Shazam, it saves that too in a folder. That's
I don't-
crazy.
yeah, same thing with me. I'm just watching the videos and that's what I see. I don't know exactly how it works.
You know what it is? Like, I was never into a couple of things. I was never into, and I get it, because I've done it for other people, but I was never into, one, I'm setting up and someone's coming in and setting up for me. You know, putting the needles for me and the
Right, right.
records, and then turning on, now turning on the laptop, but
Laptop.
back then putting the records
Right.
and organizing. I like to do all that shit myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then organizing, right? I like to download the shit myself and relabel shit and make sure
know what
that
you-
the key and the BPM and, you know, did it sample this or did it reference this? A lot of people are not really gonna put in that type of time. It's
no.
very tedious. And when I walk, anyone that wants to know about my
Organization of the-
organization process, they really would have to want to be about that life, because I could tell in their face right away, like,
I ain't doing that.
yo,
Yeah.
just slide me the crate when you're done. It's like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
you
That's
gotta
exactly,
be my man
That's
for me
exactly.
to be like, all
That's
right.
what I mean. Is because my shit has
know?
year, genre. You know, now I'm working on the album.
All the
and
metadata,
producers.
yeah.
Whatever I can pull, I pull and I sit there. And it's hours.
It's smart DJing, because if you do your shit properly, when you go to all and you type
Search
up
for it.
whatever, if you put it in the comments, it'll come up together, especially like reggae with the rhythms.
Yeah.
Or like if with
That's-
samples.
that's
with
when it's
samples.
important with
It's
the
super
dancehall,
important. You could
with the
rinse through the
dancehall.
rhythm. Like, you don't gotta be like, oh
Yeah.
shit, what's the other song on the same
you could
rhythm?
you could juggle. You could juggle.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't take out the time to put that metadata in.
Right.
And then now they're like, you know, then that's when you get the Serato face, like,
Right.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh
well,
shit.
I know. I know. I had it.
I was like, now everybody's hearing the third verse of something that's not even that
of
high.
a dancehall song that they never heard the.
There's like,
third-
there's 3 verses to
yeah,
this
I
shit?
thought it was only the first verse.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, Shaka Demus is on this shit
Yeah.
too.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Baron to leave it? What?
Yeah, I'm super big into the smart crates. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
And
smart
things like
crates,
that.
bro. Especially for like, it's clutch for like private, like
Specific.
theme
Yeah.
specific events, a boxing or a Muay Thai or a wrestling. I just did my first wrestling joint the other day, and the smart crates and all that type of shit helped out a great deal.
Yeah, those are clutch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What made you fall in love with hip hop?
Oh man, it should just be like super simple, but just the way of life, the knowledge, the love and the respect. I'm talking about, okay, real quick, I personally wish that the genre was called something else,
Okay.
because it's causing way too much, and it has been causing way too much confusion, to the point where when people say, I don't really like hip hop, it's like, you don't like the culture?
Right.
Oh,
You
there's
don't-
a culture
You don't like that
to
record
it?
on radio.
Right. They don't know. A lot of people don't know that there's the dance and there's the graffiti and there's the beatbox and the production and then there's the DJing, the
MCing,
MCing, and the style, the way you dress, big up to the low lives and all of that, right?
Yeah.
You know, the hill figures and all that, right?
Right.
It's all of that. And then the knowledge, doing knowledge of self too. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
taking care of your temple and eating right and being careful on how you speak about yourself and how you speak about others and moving selflessly. I see a brother or sister that I don't really know like that needs help. It's nothing for me to be like, yo, what's up? You need help with that? Nah. Oh, yo, I gotta. Nah, you don't gotta pay me shit.
Right.
If you call me for my services, yeah, you gotta pay me. But like, if on the fly, like, oh shit, you fell. It's like, yo, we gotta get this dude the ambulance. Yo, let's be up by his side. Make sure you don't fall asleep.
Right.
That type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, so that's what made me fall in love, and then also getting deeper involved with Zulu Nation.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I've never been a part of a chapter, but big shouts to my man Yoda, who always co-signed for me. Like, yo, move at your own pace.
Right.
Anyone got a problem, they'll speak to me. But you're gonna be representing Zulu more as an active artist
Okay.
to show that, yo, we move gracefully and tastefully out here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And yo, big shouts to my Zulu brother Mark Love, my man Marlon from Hawaii. You know, all my Zulu brothers and sisters in all across the globe, and you know, in Japan specifically too, because when I went out there, dude, they would show me love. They would pull up in droves to the event. They would book me for events. I remember when I had a layover, because this is when I was with my ex-wife or whatever. I was going to Australia and I had a pit stop or a layover at Hawaii, and I was like, yo, what the hell am I gonna do in Hawaii for like however many hours? And my man Mark Love was like, yo, hit up my man Marlon, chapter 9. He gonna take care of you. Never met me, just off the strength of being Zulu. Came to the airport with his family, took me out to eat, took me to the crib so I could put my bags down. Right. Then gave me a tour of the area, introduced me to fellow chapter 9 members. Drove me to the airport. Then I slept over, drove me to the airport the next morning, and then like he beaded up a Zulu necklace for me.
Dope.
While I waited for my flight, and was like, yo, here for me, or from me to you. Wow. And I'm like, yo, like I get it. Right. With everything that's been happening, we don't need to go into that, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But Zulu, the whole movement of Zulu is bigger than one person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This one person we all know. For those that know, I'm not gonna entertain that.
Right.
But you know, for those that know, and for those that don't know, you know, do the knowledge on that.
Yeah.
But like, big up to all the brothers and sisters globally that still put in the time to do community-based driven things to uplift their community. You know what I'm saying? And to organize people and stuff like that. So for me, it's always been positive. Until it gets to a point where I'm directly disrespected by the council or like the seniors, then I'm like, all right, this ain't for me no more.
Right.
But it's always been love. You know what I'm saying? My man Lucky, my Lucky Strike, my man, passed away. My man Yoda passed away. Tony Tone from Cold Crush. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Red. Yeah. They all show me love. You know what I'm saying? So, I forgot to mention another person that I'm super heavily inspired by. I already mentioned his son, which is my brother, DJ Flawless, but his dad, Rockin' Rob, and his partner, Chuck City.
Okay.
Dude, crazy. And of course, Grandmaster Supreme. You know what I'm saying? And Grandmaster Rashid. There's so many. Cash Money. I want to just get them in there, man, because I'm going to feel like a crumb and be like, how did I not mention this? So. Yeah.
So are you on the radio?
No.
Have you ever been on radio or dibbled and dabbled?
As a guest.
Okay.
Listen, okay.
His own radio
Whoever's watching this, who has the connects, I want to be on radio.
Okay.
Let's get that clear.
You heard it here.
I want to be on radio.
Right.
Okay? WBLS specifically.
All right.
What about that new station they got going?
Maybe also the block.
The block.
But it's so political.
Yeah.
But that's everywhere.
You a part of us. You can't be a part of that. Yeah. And we don't.
But that's I think that's everywhere.
It becomes almost like gang culture.
Right.
It's like taboo. Like, you can't be down with them if you rocking with us. It's like, come on, man. Like, why not? You know what I'm saying? Stop it. So So there's a lot of red tape. There's a lot of politics. Listen, no shots at Hot, but I used to be up there damn near almost every day.
Okay.
And it's political. For whatever reason, I never got offered a job. And I was very vocal. Like, yo, I want to learn how to run the boards. I want to learn how to run the DAW that y'all use to do the editing and stuff. No one really took me serious.
Yeah.
So, you know, and then I'm in the building. Like how
you not see me? I'm in the building.
Right.
no, but then also like you ain't gonna get any closer than that.
Right.
Yeah, you there.
I'm with everybody.
You showing up.
I'm showing up. I'm here almost every day. Like how much more dedication do I have to show? Excuse me. I think a lot of people saw me more as Enough's assistant, and they didn't realize that I was a DJ. A lot of people didn't even realize I was a heavy hitter.
Right.
They just always saw me with E, and I played my part, and I never wanted to come off thirsty. And I always ran everything by him, like, yo, da-da-da-da. But he was always like, yo, if the conversation strikes, go for yours. You know what I'm saying? But it just never really turned into that. So again, do I want to do radio? Yes. But I'm more focused on internet radio.
Okay.
Like Beat Miners. Big shouts to Mr. Wall, Evil D, who kind of pretty much gave me my first appearance on internet radio. You know, like as far as like consistent.
Right.
You know, big up to Cynical and the whole, boot camp clique squad and everybody, you know what I'm saying? The Beat Miners, all that. You know what I'm saying? But now I got my own platform.
Okay.
The Blessing Radio, but I'm only one man.
Right.
You know, big shouts to my man Buddha Guns, but you know, it's a lot. I don't have a team
Right.
who's gonna help out. But I did find a platform that a lot of heads are using. You know, Evil D's using the same platform.
Okay.
Scratch is using the same platform. Jazzy Jeff is using the same platform. So I'm just like, oh, okay, I'm onto something.
Right.
So now it's gonna happen. The only thing holding me back is the capital. So when the capital comes in, you know, right now I could talk about it. For those that got the app, they already know what time it is.
Right.
It's already running 24 hours. I could go live whenever I want. But you know, that's the route.
Dope. And it's
you know.
yours. It's your station.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. But yeah. I mean, I've always wanted to follow in DJ Enough's footsteps. Because when
You think there was a threat, maybe?
I don't know. A lot of my peoples are like, yeah, but I don't want to look at it like that because I'm so cool with a lot of people.
Right.
So
I mean, but you could be
threaten
you
why?
could be
How?
You could be the humblest. You could. People always threaten in this.
Yeah,
and they think
they
this
always feel threatened.
feeling that you're gonna take their job with it. I mean, that's how it is. Even
Yeah.
For us, too, the same thing for us.
I have been told, you know, again, I'm not trying to start no shit, but I have been told by several people.
We don't start shit here.
Yeah.
We just finish
I've been
it.
told by several people, like, yo, you need to calm it down. You're a little too aggressive. I'm like, yo, this is how I play.
Right.
I'm not gonna be easy with it, just so other people in the room could feel comfortable.
Right.
And not to say that that's even what it is, but you know, I have been told like, that's how you feel. I'm supposed to get on after that. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm not competing with nobody.
Right.
This is how I play.
Yeah,
Right.
competing with myself.
I love to spin.
Yeah.
So when I rock, and especially if I'm getting energy from the crowd, I'm like, oh, let's fucking go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Why should I have to dim that down because there's someone with a bigger name in the room
Right.
who's about to get on, who don't really flex like that, and now they kind of feel away. That's not my problem.
Right.
That's why you practice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
And when I've had conversations with killers, they all feel the same way as me. They're like, nah, DP, I don't care if I'm on before you or after. Like, you could kill it. And
I'm gonna kill it my
I'm
way.
not worried about that. I know I'm gonna do me. And I'm like, that's what I'm talking about, bro.
Yeah.
Whoever, like, it is a kind of friendly competition. It's no disrespect. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we like, throwing, like, we're not doing that.
Throwing needles.
We're not
Throwing
doing
needles
none
at
of
each other
that.
and shit.
You know, I'm not doing all of this and looking at you like, then it's like, then it's directed towards you. But like, if you feeling the way because I'm playing aggressive and the crowd is rocking with me and you don't play aggressive like that,
Right.
that's not my problem.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I mean, you said before earlier you was one of the first heavy hitters,
Yeah.
right? And then you left a little. You left a little, right?
I left because I'm not gonna get into that, but
But-
I will say, me and Big Bro were at odds. We weren't really seeing eye to eye on a lot of things, and I was really into my emotions,
Right.
and then the neighborhood was feeding into that as well.
That's what happens.
And you know, and to be honest with you, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like that's one of the decisions I made that I still regret to this day. Cause so we started Heavy Hitters in '99. I left like around, shortly after when Threat passed. Like
Okay.
I stuck around for a few more years, and then I just was just like, yo, and I spoke with my big bro E and Camelo, and they didn't really agree with how I was feeling.
Okay.
But I was feeling like I was like being overlooked or whatever at the time, and I wasn't being involved with certain things. I don't know. That's just how I was feeling.
Right, right.
That's how, and it felt
And you're human,
and it
so
felt real. Like
Right.
like that's how I felt.
Right.
But at the same time, I didn't really have anyone at the time tell me, bro, chill.
chill.
Put your emotions in check. You about to fuck up something really great here.
Right.
So I left just before the Big Bang.
Okay.
And then Heavy Hitters worldwide. Like
Right.
we, on
biggest
every
DJ,
radio station,
right.
fucking
The biggest.
all the big festivals, all the big concerts, all the big arenas, all the big clubs. I'm like, nice.
Good job, right?
Good job. So that's why I was like, but at the same time, I also felt the way about the promoters fronting on me too. And I was like, yo, like my biggest dream was to be rocking alongside Big Bro and Cam and Lobo and Cast and everybody. But it was like always a fight, not with them, with the promoters booking them.
Right.
Yeah.
Who's this kid? Who's this guy?
Right.
Is he hot in the
Oh,
streets?
he just scratches?
Is he,
Oh.
Does he have the records?
Yeah.
No? Okay. So I'm like, they ain't care. Like scratching, like who gives a shit, right? So I was just like, damn. So I went with the route that was showing me love from jump, which was the battle
The
scene.
battle scene, the dancing scene.
The dancing scene, the MC battles, and big up to my man Bugged Eyes, my man IC. He's the one that started Bragging Rights, that was birthed in New Eurekan Poets Cafe, and that became a staple in New York.
Dope.
You know what I'm saying? And then end of the week ended up,
Picking up
I don't want to say morphing from that, but like they
picked it up.
Then they ended up having the longest running open mic, event at Pyramid ever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like, but yeah, I mean, I went with what, like, and I still operate like that. I flow with what feels organic, nothing forced. You understand? If it feels forced, I don't want to be a part of it. I don't give a fuck who you are, what you've done, how long you've been doing this shit. Because if you let these promoters and event organizers and event space managers, they will make you feel like you're nobody.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's a dark place. And I fell into when I left Heavy Hitters, I fell into a deep depression because I was like, what am I doing?
Right.
Where am I going?
Yeah.
And I always kept the 9 to 5 until I was at Miramax, and I was like, I just saw like, hold up, a lot of my coworkers that I grew very fond of are getting let go like this. They got families, mortgages, car notes. It's the only thing they do. They went to school for broadcasting and all this shit, and now they work for Miramax. And this is it. This is the job. This is the career. And they're getting let go after like 5 years, 10 years, whatever. And I'm like, not gonna be me. Fuck that. Because I was like, yo, I want to start maybe, working my way into like the Avid department or whatever, like editing the video, using my DJ knowledge to spice it up.
Right.
And they were like, yo, it's mad difficult to get that job. I was like, come on, man. So then I hollered at my man, James Ellison, who was managing me at the time. And he put me on to J Live. And I was like, yo, I want to get the fuck out of here. I want to try to really do this music shit full time. He's like, hold up. Wait a minute. And I gave my 2 weeks and I bounced. And I went to first tour Europe, then, all around the country. And then, then Wordsworth took me to South Africa, and then Q Unique took me to Colombia.
Dope.
And then I went to, Iceland.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And just, yeah. And then I did a couple of dates in Australia. You know what I'm saying? Big up to my Zulu fam out there. And yeah, and then the rest of it was his. And then, you know, I picked up some side jobs here and there when things got really slow.
Right.
Shit got real grim for everybody during the
COVID,
pandemic.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit. Yo, I was like, I'm not gonna allow myself to start fucking getting all scaly and turn into a dinosaur out this motherfucker. So I went straight to YouTube and I started watching on what the hell is OBS? How do I use it? What do I need to operate this shit? Get some webcams.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What the hell is Twitch?
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All this shit. And I just started doing that and I started learning how to use you know, the whole what is it, the Zoom?
Zoom.
Yeah.
Zoom and all that shit. And yo, I was getting bookings. People were turning their parties into virtual parties, and I was
Right.
DJing from home. And I was like, thank God,
Right.
thank God.
When you was on tour, who you was on tour with? I mean, plenty of artists, right?
So I was heavily on tour. Big shouts to my brother who will forever rest in rhythm and rhyme. My brother Pumpkinhead, aka PH.
Yep.
I will forever be his DJ. Big shouts to Marco Polo. One of my favorite bodies of work is on Orange Moon over Brooklyn. If you don't got that, cop that. And of course, anything else my brother put out, or whatever, you know, Park Slope Renaissance, all of that. But you know, big shouts to Shantae and the kids, Raiden, you know, Royce, and the whole fam, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, it started with a lot of underground acts.
Okay.
You know, J Live and, you know, Elder Sensei and then, you know, Immortal Technique. I met Immortal Technique through my man Pumpkinhead. He was like the hip hop governor or mayor or some shit. He knew everybody, you know what I'm saying? I met Sean Price, everybody, rest in peace, Sean Price. You know, and then some of my peoples called me up about some auditions that were taking place. Big shouts to my man Chalk. Ill drummer, he used to be in Bringing the Noise, Bringing the Funk. I remember he called me up and was like, yo, I don't know how the fuck, you drive? I was like, nah, I don't drive. He's like, yo, get somebody to drive you over here to Jersey. Lauryn Hill's looking for a DJ. I'm like, oh shit. I'm talking about now.
Right now.
Like, I needed you here an hour ago type shit. I'm like, yo, I don't know how, make it happen. I said, oh shit. My manager drove from Jersey to pick me up from Brooklyn to drive back to Jersey to do the audition, and I got the gig. And I met some of the illest musicians I ever met in my life. Musicians that played for Prince. Crazy. Chalk was the drummer for a while, and she ended up getting a new drummer. Did like 3 gigs. With that money, I bought Serato because I was feeling a way about the shit.
Yeah.
But once I saw
Yeah.
Executioners
was
banging out routines with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
shit, and Cash Money and Jazzy Jeff using that shit, and Kid Capri. Oh, Kid Capri. How can I leave out Kid Capri? You know what I'm saying? Yo, when I saw them using that shit, I was like, hold up. And I told my crew about it. I was like, yo, there's this shit called Serato. You need a laptop. They was like, what? Laptop? What the fuck? MP3s, this, that, whatever. And then once I finally really knew how to use it, like marking at 12 and pulling it on relative and it's not skipping and you going ham and, you know, ham, turkey, cheese, and bologna on the shit, it's like, oh shit, okay, this is a thing.
Right.
But then my brother G.I. Joe was like, yo, it's a rap for record shops, bro. I was like, stop, don't say that. Don't say that. And disrespectful. I used to work at Fat Beats. Fat Beats became a nail salon or some shit.
You're a teacher, right? Are you teaching there too? At Fat Beats?
Teaching?
teaching?
No, I
No.
wasn't. I was never teaching there.
No?
I used to work there. Big ups to Fidge and Connie and
Yeah.
Yo.
That was a dope spot.
there was a DJ. He's still around. Big up to my man Seb One,
Okay.
who I guess Eclipse must have found him from like Switzerland. He was one of the only cats at the time that was able to take records that he never heard yet, open the shit up, put the shit on the turntables, because you're doing this to burn the
burn
plastic so you
plastic.
could take the
Open
record
it
out
out.
the sleeve. And he'll be rocking doubles. I'm like, yo, this motherfucker's crazy. Big shouts to my man Blowout. We used to work there. Ill Bill used to work there. You know what I'm saying? I think Mr. Sinners used to work there, but that was before our time. Cypher Sounds used to work there too.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But yeah, you know, a lot of the record shops just folded. Big up to the ones that are still around, Rock and Soul,
Rock and Soul.
because they sell equipment. And they also teach classes there. So that's how they're able to stay
Stay
alive.
afloat, yeah.
But you know, yeah, man.
How long did you DJ for Lauryn Hill?
It was short. No disrespect to Lauryn Hill, but she really didn't allow me. I don't want to say she was never mean to me,
Okay.
but she was very protective of her space.
Yes.
So, when I first got the job, I was like, oh shit, L Boogie, what? This is gonna be crazy.
Right.
L Boogie, you cannot refer to her as L Boogie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It had to be Miss Hill.
Okay.
Okay. She was, at the time, she was a germaphobe. Like she wasn't into like hugging and
yeah.
shaking hands and
Yeah.
shit. None of that. And again, I don't know if she realized this or not. Again, she's an incredible artist.
Yeah, amazing,
I'm not
yeah.
throwing no shots. I'm not, no disrespect, but this is my experience. Nobody could tell me I didn't experience this shit. She was nice to me, but she never referred to me as DP1. She never referred to me as Daniel either. She referred to me as DJ.
Okay.
So she kind of made sure that there was like
A separation.
a separation,
Right.
like know your position. You're here to do this, do it well, and you got a job.
Right.
But then I saw that there was ill musicians that were getting let go. There was a dude named Cyrus, fucking master pianist, yo. Let him go. I'm like, what? How? I was it Donovan. He was on organ. There was like ill musicians, and there were some I guess she had a really strong connection with, and like maybe childhood friends or whatever, or like musicians that she met through church or whatever, because some of the illest musicians, let's
from
keep it
church.
funky, are from church.
Right.
She would keep them as her background singers doing the ad libs and all that. They were solid. They weren't going nowhere or whatever. Those are like her homegirls from back in the days. But she was letting people go, and I didn't want that to be my fate. I get comfortable.
Right.
I shut down all my gigs, residencies, whatever, and then I come home to nothing.
Right.
So I did maybe 3. We did first gig was in Cali for Cartier, the watch company.
Yeah.
The second gig was in Aruba, around the time that girl went missing. And then the third gig was in Atlanta for the Vibe Music,
Vibe Music Award. I mean,
yeah,
Vibe Music
Music Fest or something
Festival,
like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then and I took that money and I invested into Serato, and then I ended up DJing for Estelle, which was really cool. And then we went on a tour, on a Bailey's tour, and I got a chance to DJ for the whole entire roster.
Okay.
So John Legend and everybody
Everybody.
that was on the roster, his brother, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was pretty dope. And then of course Moto Technique. I was more of a fill-in, because his main go-to is DJ Static from the Bronx, who's a phenomenal DJ producer, and then G.I. Joe, and then me,
Okay.
or whatever. So, but nowadays is like, after the touring and DJing for artists, is like the bag gotta be
The right bag.
official,
Because you leave everything behind.
because I got my son.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's
And
not
you-
about me no more.
right,
It's not about Daniel. It's not
right.
about Danny no more. It's about my man Kev, my little man
Right,
Kev. So
right.
is he gonna benefit?
So
You know?
to branch off of that,
Yeah.
let's say you got booked out of town, right?
Yeah.
And like tonight you have a night.
Right.
What DJ would you call to cover your night for you?
It depends on what I'm playing at the venue.
All right, so let's like
So like say for tonight,
yeah.
I mean, there's a plethora of big up to, I forgot my man Chino. My man Chino, G Nice, M Love. I would definitely call one of them probably first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To see if they could cover, or or Rob Lowe.
Shout out to Rob.
You know what I'm
Lowe.
saying? And I've also gotten really cool with Doo-Wop, through my man Carlos from Classic Material New York.
Yep,
You know what I'm
shout out to
saying?
Doo-Wop.
Big shouts to Classic Material, Doo-Wop. So like those are the guys that because they know the space. They've been like I would first go with who's DJ'd there before.
Okay.
So do they know the crowd? Do they know the vibe? Do the managers know them already? Then it's easy. I could be like, yo, I got Chino coming through. Oh yeah, you got Chino. Oh yeah, whatever. Or I got
Right.
Rob Lowe coming through. Oh yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Versus getting someone that they don't know, and I gotta really vouch for them hard body. Like, yo, trust me, man, they're dope.
Yeah.
Are they really? Yeah.
I mean, if I say someone's dope, they're fucking dope.
Right.
I don't give fake flowers. Nah, just so someone could feel better about
Right,
themselves.
right.
If I don't have something nice to say about someone, I'm gayao. I'm like,
Right.
Right.
I'm like, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So,
That's dope.
yeah.
Do you miss vinyl? DJing? on
Yes
vinyl?
and no. Yes and no. Because there are venues that bug the fuck out, and you get there and the DJ booth is up top and
Yeah.
there's a ladder. That's the only way to get there.
Yep.
and you gotta bring 6 crates with you up the ladder. Hope
Yep.
to God you don't kill one of the bar backs or one of the bartenders and shit. And then you get up there, and it's like a disconnect from the crowd, and you're DJing, and the records are skipping on you.
They're looking up like,
Yeah, the records are skipping on you and shit. So Serato is, I think one of the major blessings about Serato is that I can get everything,
Yeah.
and I have doubles of everything. Cause honestly, people used to heckle me back in the days. Straight up, they'd be like, "How do you only have copies? How you only have one copy of Warm It Up King? How is that possible? You only have one copy of DeWick, and it's on the album cut. It's not even the single.
The single, yeah.
How? You can't even mix into the instrumental. You can't even get crazy with like an acapella blend. It took some time for me to build up, and again, big up to all of the record promoters that chose to show me love,
Right.
and still show me love to this day. And they're swatting me off of them, because every time I see them, I'm like, yo, extensive hug, like, yo, man. It's like, yo, chill, D. Like, no, you didn't have to look out for me. I wasn't a SNS. I wasn't a Ron G. I wasn't a Clue.
Yeah.
I've always had confidence issues back then. That's why I never went hard with the mixtapes and shit.
Yeah.
So when I saw the mixtape documentary that Tony Touch was a part of, I was like, damn, I could have been in this shit, son.
Yeah.
The fuck? But I was happy that Heads got their flowers. But
Yeah.
hey, what's stopping me today?
Exactly.
It's easier to put out shit now. I don't gotta put shit on a tape. I don't gotta go to DeKalb and
Right.
sell it to the bootleggers. You know what I'm saying?
I bootleg my own shit.
As soon as I finish my shit, I do a nice mix down. It sounds good. Right on Mixcloud. Hey guys, look, dude, here's the link.
Right.
Put it on Linktree. Here you go.
Right.
Yeah.
So now it's the time for me to do all that shit. So I really feel like, a lot of people get caught up in like age and shit, right? Like I've been told this, like, yo, if you didn't make it by the time you're like in your 30s, just give it up.
Wrap it up.
I
yeah.
don't agree with that shit, because it's like, look at Red Alert and all these people. They're still DJing. I mean, he made it.
Right.
I haven't made it in. I made it, but I haven't made it in other people's eyes or whatever, right? Oh, you're not on the radio.
Right.
You're not DJing at the Barclays.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
that sucks when they
They label.
feel they label you like, if you're not on the radio, you didn't make it, and
Right.
that's not true.
You're not driving a Phantom. I don't see a big chain on you.
Right.
Fabulous is not pulling up to your party.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's that type of shit. It's like, okay, that's what how you gauge fame and success.
And the numbers.
The numbers, yeah.
Okay, now say hypothetically I got all that. But I suck.
Doesn't matter. You got the
I
numbers.
train wreck.
You got the
number.
numbers.
I cut off
You
beat.
got the numbers.
Doesn't matter. You got the you got the followers. You got the likes.
What's this?
I'd rather not have that and have what I have
Of course.
Absolutely.
Of course.
versus have that and I'm a burger.
Right.
I'm a fucking squeegee. You know what I mean? Like, that's no.
And so a lot of people don't care about that. They want the likes and the fame.
Right.
And I get that. They're like, yo, how come you're not on the radio?
And the phantom. You know what I mean?
How come Yo, how come enough is, first of all, that's my big bro.
Right.
And he don't gotta do nothing for me.
Right.
No.
And he looks out when he can. But I'm a grown ass man.
He has bosses too.
He's not gonna hold my hand.
Right.
He's gonna be like, yo, here's the brand. DP1 is also a brand.
Right.
What you gonna do with it?
What you gonna do with it? Yeah.
I'm not gonna be driving up to your crib and hey, I got a gig. Come
Right.
hop in with me. Like, he will lace me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we did a couple of joints that was real fun for Set Free for his 50th birthday and for the whole DraftKings thing.
Yeah.
So that was really dope. Jada Kiss was there and all of them, you know what I'm saying? Clark Kent, Stretch Armstrong, Jim Jones, Scram Jones.
Or the Jones were there.
Yeah.
The Jones.
Raekwon pulled up. Like, it was crazy. So like,
No, we called that the Johnsons.
yeah, so but listen, he
Johnson,
don't have to include me.
Right.
Heavy hitter or not.
Right.
He doesn't have to do nothing.
Right.
And that's what they get that shit misconstrued. Yo, that's your man. Yeah, it would be cool to do more.
Right.
But he don't have to. But he does. For the record, he does look out when he can.
Right.
You know what I'm
said he
saying?
gave-
Can we do more together? Yeah.
Yeah.
Selfishly speaking, I would love to be all the time, every week, doing something with my brothers and sisters. But it's not always like that.
Right.
And I get it. Promoters have a vision. You know what I'm saying? And they're going with what's safe.
Right.
You know?
Yeah,
They
that's-
put you on
yeah.
they put you on a flyer. we're gonna get the numbers. That's what we want.
Right. The safe net.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what time is it?
You want to go to a
Oh,
game?
oh shit.
Couple games.
I might have to
huh?
boogie.
You got the boogie?
Yeah, because I start at 8.
Oh, you started 8.
Yeah.
You got a boogie now.
8-ish. Yeah. But I mean,
Let's just
we
go.
could-
Just wrap it up.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let's do what was that? Let's do 1 sample, 2 samples real quick.
I'm probably gonna fuck this up. To the DJ community,
No.
whatever.
It's out of funny games.
It's your
man.
chance to heckle the hell out of me.
Yeah, you like, all right, let's go. First sample, go ahead. We got that. You just tell us who used it. You don't got to tell us the original sample. Who sampled it? What artist used it?
I have no idea.
Play,
Yeah.
It sounds familiar, but I don't
Play.
want to say that.
play the record.
Play the record, Smoke.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be in the firm. I can remember when
I would have never got
I
that.
got that. Yeah.
Never.
All right, next sample.
Oh.
Stop it.
Okay.
Oh my God. Do you know
You
this?
mentioned him as well.
Yeah.
I know this.
I know Adore used this.
Adore,
Adore
he
used
did.
it,
He did
yeah.
Let It All Hang Out.
Yeah, let it all hang out. He
That's
used
a good
this.
one. That's a good
Yeah.
one.
Good one.
I know that's the one that he's not looking
That's
for.
the one I'm looking
Oh.
for. But you got it though.
You got it.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
give
yeah.
it
We
to
get
you.
that one. But play.
Play who we looking for. You know that. You know what that is.
I honestly usually go into Adore. I
Yeah,
let
yeah.
it all hang out. Oh yeah, true. Gangstar. Yeah. I usually don't go into Gangstar.
Adore.
I go into the Adore.
And we forget about Adore.
Yeah, we do figure about it.
Yeah.
That was a dope
It's a
record.
dope record.
Yeah.
Especially that.
So real
Yeah.
quick, just plug in. If everybody want to contact you,
And book you. Your
book
social
you,
media.
Social media.
Oh, it's very easy. Everything is at DJ DPONE, at DJ DPONE, website, all social media, Twitch, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all of that is at DJ DPONE. And for anyone in New York City or in the tri-state that needs, equipment rentals, whether it's, video, lighting, audio, that's what I specialize in
Dope.
and whatnot. And my company is HDEC Entertainment. And the handle for IG is at HDEC718. HDEC718. And that's what I do 52 weeks a year.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I do.
Right.
If I'm not DJing and or providing equipment, I'm doing one or the other.
Right,
like
right.
enough for somebody with, this is my rider. I need you to come through and set it up. Cool. That's what I do.
All right, that's what's up.
Only green M&Ms, all right?
Only green M&Ms. Yeah. Nah. Oh, and I forgot, I forgot to mention, like, it's also very important, if I could just mention this real
No, go
quick.
ahead.
Because I see a lot of my brothers and sisters having issues with their health. And unfortunately, and this part of my career depresses me, but it's a fact, right? Unfortunately, even if you're taking care of yourself and eating the right shit and working out, your pay for your services is fully dependent on selling alcohol and
Yes.
bad food.
Right.
That's a fact, whether you want to agree to it or not. If you're not helping the venue sell alcohol and bad food, there's no purpose for you to be there unless it's a private event that they rented out some event hall and they just want to party. You know what I'm saying? And it's being catered and they're bringing healthy food. But a lot of establishments, alcohol, hookah, bad food, we got a DJ. The DJ keeps the people there, entertaining them long enough to spend the money on all of these vices.
Right.
And that's that. And I do have a problem with it. I haven't figured out the answer or the solution, but yeah. But anyway, I will say the first step is to take care of yourself, not only your mind, your mind and your spirit, but your body.
Mm-hmm.
And that is one thing that we do have control over. What we put into our
What we
body.
consume. What we consume.
Yeah, smoking, drinking, the fast food, not working out, depressed, being in a toxic relationship, being around toxic family members, crabs in a bucket type of mentality.
Yeah.
That's very important. I say that because it's, a lot of, especially as men, we don't speak about depression. it's soft to talk about that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I, for one, have been battling with depression all my fucking life. And I do better with the shit. A lot of people don't want to talk about it, though. Behind closed doors, you don't know what people are going through.
Dealing with, right?
The next thing you know, they X themselves.
Right.
And they're like, yo, how the fuck? They were always giddy. They were the life of the party.
Right.
So, you know, again, mental health is important.
Yes, first.
Check up on your brothers and sisters out there.
Facts.
A lot of people, when they say they're good, it's a figure of speech.
Yeah.
You know, they only will dive in, like really dive in, putting on the scuba diving gear and like, you know, ear pressure levels like popping and shit.
Yeah.
When they really gain the trust, you gain
that
that
person.
trust of that
Right.
person. Yeah.
Right.
I just wanted to end with that, man.
Yes.
You know what
All
I'm
right,
saying?
well.
I salute you guys.
Thank you. We salute
You
you,
know what I'm
as
saying?
well.
Big up to the
Facts.
Respect the DJ podcast. Big up to everybody in this room. Thank you for giving me a platform to speak.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know
we
what I'm saying?
now
Thank
we
you.
look forward to part
Part two now.
because we
Oh,
still
yeah.
got a lot of questions.
Yeah, we got part 2.
Yeah, I mean,
Listen,
we
this
definitely
shit
gotta do
is
a part
solar
two.
powered, baby.
We definitely got a part 2. But to wrap it up, we
Yeah.
appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all, man.
We would like to salute, DJ DP1 for sharing his stories on Respect the DJs podcast. Many thanks to you, our loyal listeners and viewers, and as always,
Can I give a crew shout out?
Yes,
After?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We have
As
another
always.
exciting episode coming up. Stay tuned, and until then, I've been your host, DJ Corette, alongside DJ Junebug for Respect the DJs podcast. Now, who you want to shout out?
Yo, I just want to big up my Turntable Annihilus family, Heavy Hitters family, Full Circle Soldiers, Step Fiends, Supreme Beings, and of course, the Almighty Universal Zulu Nation. And to all my kings and queens across the globe, you know what I'm saying? Health is wealth. This is your temple. Respect yourself.
Right.
Believe in yourself. And just continue to accomplish further greatness. And that's it, man.
And it's a special episode of Respect the DJ podcast, recording live from New York City.
Yep.
At the what?
Where we at? TNG Studios.
Yo, big
DJ
up to
Danny
TNG.
S.
Yes.
Yeah, shout out Danny
You heard
S.
Danny
DJ
S. You
Triple
heard.
Threat.
Shout out Triple Threat.
Triple Threat, another monster.
Yes.
Appreciate
Another
your
monster.
hospitality, family.
Yes.
Yo, Philip Ferrari.
And we out.
And we out.
Peace.
Street Dreams Music Group. Play that. Play that. Play that.
DJ Fresh, the relentless rhythm maker and beat wizard. With an unwavering passion for music that knows no bounds, DJ Fresh effortlessly transformed melodies into magical journeys that transport souls to euphoric dimensions. DJ Fresh's artistry electrified dance floors and ignites spirits, leaving a mark on hearts worldwide. This dedication celebrates DJ Fresh's boundless creativity, infectious energy, and the transformative power of music that he generously shared with the world. Here's to DJ Fresh, the maestro of our sonic dreams. DJ Fresh, Respect the DJs podcast, salutes you.